Also, I wanted to sit here and talk about something for a minute. Um, what was it? It was. I remember it said. This is just a clarification because one of my coworkers told me this. There's a video I talk about with entertainment and how all this entertainment that they're coming out with, and they're saying that's supposed to be coming out next year and 2 years from now, and how they just want to distract people, and how this stuff was already made. Um, Yeah, and I said how all this stuff is already made beforehand, and I talk about that. But what I wanted to say is that my coworker told me that he actually verified me, and he said that that's true because he knows like a lot of mainstream rappers. He used to be friends with them before they blew up and become famous. He told me that Will Smith, who was completely satanic, I got to talk about that in another video, but he said that he was somewhere in Georgia. I forgot where it was in Georgia, about 4 years ago. No, not 4 years ago, but 4 years before a movie came out. They when they make movies over here in Georgia, if you've never seen it before in your local town, they section certain areas off, and they make movies. We've had stuff made over here in Georgia where they section a part of the parking lot off, or they section off the whole entire area to make a movie. He said that he was somewhere in Georgia and he saw Will Smith making a movie, and 4 years later, that same movie comes out and they're doing a trailer release for it, they're promoting it and all this other stuff. He never told me what movie it was. I gotta ask him. But see, that's what I'm talking about. So literally 4 years beforehand, these people, like all the stuff that you're seeing, these video games, these comic book movies, and all this other stuff, just about anything you can think of, this stuff is already made. And the reason why these people don't say anything is probably because they're either in on the big joke, which you're part of the big joke because you are the joke, or they sign non-disclosure agreements. And so, very enlightening. And Disney actually just pushed back a lot of their movies, and I wonder why. That, and also these boats. I've been hearing a lot of stuff. These boats that are on the edge of our country in Mexico, Canada, or whatever the case is. A lot of people are saying that there's not goods and products in those boats. There's probably soldiers. In which case, I've been seeing TikToks, if I can find them on YouTube, about their military trucks lined up on the curve of certain places or whatever the case is, and those are actual soldiers, and we're going to be invaded. In which case, next year, the Pope wants to form another religion. He wants to form Christianity and Islam, and he wants to merge them together. So, wanted to say that, and I also wanted to say that all of this must happen. And all of this must happen. I keep hearing people about saying how they should stand up, resist, and do all this other stuff. But there are three forms of people when it comes to the apocalypse. There are people who are scared of the apocalypse. There are people who try to postpone the apocalypse. And there are people who don't care and openly accept the apocalypse. And I'm that third person. And for you to want to postpone the apocalypse, it's basically putting fear over God, and you don't want the Son of God to come back so you can live in your blissfully ignorant life, in which just being human within itself, like you're not really living a life filled with taxes, being overweight, having all these health problems. You can't even do the same things you want to anymore. Like, you know what I mean? In old age. So this must happen. And also, since I talk about how I stay in Georgia, one of my Uber drivers, he's like 60, 70 something years old. He told me that they did like a study, and they said that about I think like 10 years from now in Atlanta, since they're constantly building infrastructure and everything, they're always building stuff, that it would cost in order for you to stay in Atlanta, in a lot of these major cities, well, just specifically in Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, you would have to pay $1 million just to literally live in Atlanta. Think about that for a minute. And that sort of ties into this whole brave new world that they want to create. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but yeah. So just thought you would know that. My Uber driver told me that. And $1 million just to stay in the city. You would have to be making 6 figures or more. Or you have to be doing, literally, and I don't advise people to be doing this. You would have to be doing porn because there are a lot of people, I pay attention, I've mentioned like OnlyFans and what people do with OnlyFans and whatnot, that literally the people that are in the top 1%, they make like 6 figures or more like every week or every month. And like, it's sad, a sad state of affairs. So all this that you're seeing, this must happen. And the best you can do is go to God and brace yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically. So, and I also just made another video about Animorphs. But Shauna from Change is Coming talks about how some of these superheroes, they insult the 144,000, and how she said the TV show the 4400, which I watched that TV show. That TV show is trash. Man, I hated that show. But Animorphs is insulting the 144,000. I just mentioned in my previous video about the little worms that they put in people's eyelids or their brains, and how that's actually real, and how they want to put it in the supplies. And I never fully read Animorphs, nor am I going to, because if you actually look up on Amazon how much the set cost, it costs like hundreds of dollars. Man. But literally, Animorphs is insulting the 144,000. It gets into like aliens and all this other stuff. But the only people that are able to stop the Yerks, that's what they're called, the Yerks, Yeerks, or it's Yerks, the Yerks, and are literally the animal, or there's another group of people called the Andalites, I think, and literally it's these kids, it's these teenagers who literally, and we've been talking about this, who, my God, I just put this together, who literally, their powers are shape-shifting with animals. And they don't have like superpowers, they can't do all this other Superman crap or whatever, but they can shape-shift by being the forms of other animals. It's something I read growing up when I was in elementary school. And to actually even put that together, oh my God, it just clicked. So that's a very real fun fact. I actually used to read forums about people who I don't know if it was real or whatever the case was. They would say that their parents are not their parents, their friends are not their friends, on real forums of people saying that, yo, there's something wrong with my family and my family member, and it goes back to my other video. And so, oh my God, I just put that together. I wanted to make that connection. Mother of God. Oh man. But yeah, that, and also yeah, that's all I can say. And I just wanted to put this video out here. It's only like 10 minutes, well, virtually almost 10 minutes. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. Once again, have a blessed day. And yeah, and just comment if you've ever watched Animorphs or whatever the case is, or heard about it. Let me know, and we can talk about it. Because man, I just put that together. Man, I'm so proud of myself. So have a blessed day.